Drea.
Drea O.
Drea O. Drea O.
Drea O.
Drea O.
I'm from Chicago and
I'm with Drea O right now. Drea O.
Drea O.
Beautiful Drea O.
I'm with my girl Drea O.
And she everywhere you go.
Everywhere you go.
Everywhere you go. It's crazy.
Some scammers. That's what AP the jeweler calls Sean Kingston and his mother.
Now his whole family scam artists. His mom is the biggest scam artist. I didn't know she was bald headed. I'm like, Dad, she bald headed for real. And she got a little bit of hair in the back of her head. She probably stressed out.
Sean Kingston and his mother Janice Turner were arrested on fraud and theft charges following a SWAT raid on Kingston's rented mansion in Florida. The arrests are connected to allegations that Kingston and his mother were involved in a scheme to acquire luxury goods without paying for them. These goods include a $150,000 television sound system and over $1 million worth of watches.
He has basically a sales pitch that he goes through to defraud people. He induces them into giving them really expensive things. We know that our property is inside this house right here. She's part of this entire story that Sean sells to unsuspecting vendors across the country.
Card continued that Kingston name drops big celebrities like Justin Bieber, promising ads to get discounts, but still doesn't pay for the luxury goods.
Additionally, Kingston was previously sued for unpaid rent and breach of contract related to similar fraudulent activities. AP the jeweler, a celebrity jeweler that's worked with everybody from Waka Flocka to Little Dirk, says he's all too familiar with Sean Kingston and his mother's fraudulent ways.
Their order was $500,000 worth of jewelry. He wanted a couple watches for his team, but mainly everything for him. They picked me up from the airport with the driver, drove me straight to the mansion in Hollywood Hills. I'm thinking this is their house. What they do is they rent mansions. I showed him the jewelry, whatever. He liked it, he wanted it, but he didn't have all the money. He maybe had like 40 or 50 grand. So every day, now it's like, he's like, oh, I'm gonna get more money tomorrow. Oh, I got a check coming in. Oh, I got this coming in. But mind you, while he's doing this, he's spending thousands and thousands of dollars on lean. He's like, I'm about to sell my Range Rover, go to Jamaica to do a show. When I come back, I'll give you the rest of the money. Stay in our house. You got the private chef. You got whatever you need. I'm like, just sign the car over to me to knock the tab down. He's like, all right. So his mom, it was in his mom's name. His mom signed the car over to me. That shit was a scam. They still owe money on the car. They can't even legally sell the car. They left to Jamaica. I'm sitting in the house. I hear somebody like coming up the step. It's a lady, and she's showing people the house. Like, and she's like, oh, she's like, who are you? I'm like, who are you? I told Janice everybody has to leave by 4 p.m. on Wednesday. And Janice is his mom. Oh, what you mean? She said, this is an Airbnb, honey. They don't own this house. When I seen the little thing that just happened, and the guy on the news was saying, he's like, oh, yeah, he'll tell you he's going to introduce you to Justin Bieber and Chris Brown, all this shit. I started laughing because that's the same shit he told me in 2017. It's crazy because I treated them people so good. I showed them so much love. You know what I'm saying? I showed them so much love, and they still burn you and fuck you over.
You were really close with the family. Like, you got really close to the mom.
I lived with them for a month.
Wow.
I lived with them for a month. I know the way they move. You know what I'm saying? I literally lived in the same house with them for a month. Wow. I will wake up, walk up to her and say, good morning, mama, and give her a hug and kiss. and that's the relationship we had at the time.
So you would definitely 100% say that the mom knows everything that's going on.
Absolutely. That's why she just got hit with all the fucking charges. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not the police kind of person. I don't call police on people. I don't sue people. I hold court myself in the streets. But I'm finna jump on that bandwagon. Fuck it. Because it's to the point where I either heard him and do something bad to him or sue him.
Now talk to me about how you met Sean Kingston.
I met Sean Kingston in 2017. Safaree was another artist I work with. He's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy. Yeah, Safaree's a real one. Safaree hit me up and was like, yo, bro, I'm with my boy. He's trying to get some jewelry from you. He FaceTimed me one day. He's like, my boy's trying to get some jewelry from you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, who is it? And he put Kingston on the phone. I was like, okay. He was like, hey, man. He was like, I want to get a bust down Cuban. I want 2 Rolexes. I'm trying to get jewelry for my whole team. This and that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, slow down, bro. Like, hold on,
Take
like,
it easy.
he's like, man, come out to Cali, bring $1 million in jewelry with you. So I'm like, bro, it doesn't work like that. I don't move like that. Like, I don't care who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just, I didn't even do that for Diddy. Diddy hit me up and wanted me to come to New York one time and bring him a watch. I'm like, send me a deposit. He didn't want to send me a deposit. I didn't go. He didn't send me what I wanted, but he did send me a deposit. So I did go out there to LA to meet him. I already had a room booked. This was supposed to be a 3-day transaction. And I stayed up staying up there for a month.
Whoa.
Caught a homicide out there,
What?
and then came back down here to Miami, and then ended up on first 48 down here because of that shit over there, and they had to fight a whole homicide case. It was just crazy. But make a long story short, I went out there. I had a room booked. He had a driver pick me up from the airport. I went to his house. His whole family's there. Now his whole family scam artists.
His
Down
mom.
to his mom is the biggest scam artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a genuine person. I had genuine love for them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they just like they were trying to tell me like, oh, we don't fuck with these other jewelers. We fuck with you. You a real nigga. You one of us. This and that. Blah blah blah. I'm like, listen, like, let's just do the business part, and then we can do everything else later. You know what I'm saying? Let's just take care of business. And their order was $500,000 worth of jewelry,
What did they order?
which at that time I had. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
was already I was already in position by that time to have that. This was 2017. 2017, I could easily bring in $500,000 worth of jewelry. You know what I mean? And you wanted like two big iced out Cuban necklaces, a couple diamond tennis chains. He wanted a couple watches for his team, a couple Rolexes for his team, for his DJ, for a couple artists, whatever on his team, but mainly everything for him.
Mm-hmm.
I went out there with $500,000 worth of jewelry. They picked me up from the airport with the driver, drove me straight to the mansion in Hollywood Hills. I'm thinking this is their house. You know, I'm thinking like this is their house. They live here. What they do is they rent mansions. They rent mansions like every like 3 to 6 months. They rent different mansions. Is what they do. Um, but getting back to the story, like, I came out there, I met them, I came to the house. He's like, "Where's the stuff?" I'm like, "Where's the money?" You know. He's like, "Oh, I got the money. It's coming this and that, but show me the jewelry." So I see like his mom's here, his family's here, his little kids running around. I'm like, I don't think nobody's gonna try to, like, it doesn't look like that type of environment where people are gonna play with their family, you know. So I showed him the jewelry, whatever. He liked it. He wanted it. He wanted me to give it to him, but he didn't have all the money. He maybe had like 40 or 50 grand. That's 10% of what you're trying to buy. So every day now it's like he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get more money tomorrow. Oh, I got a check coming in. Oh, I got this coming in. Oh, I got this deal, that deal, this deal, blah, 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 blah." He's like bird feeding me like 12,000, 14,000, 16,000, 8,000. But mind you, while he's doing this, he's spending thousands and thousands of dollars on lean. You know what I'm saying? Like, people coming by, he's spending like 10,000 on lean. I'm like, damn, bro, like, you owe me so much money. Like, nah, I got you, I got you, I got you. You know. I'm like, all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he kept like giving me little increments of the money. Eventually, he gave me half the money. So he gave me like about 250, right? And he's like, I'm about to sell my Range Rover and he's like, I'm about to sell my Range Rover and go to Jamaica to do a show. When I come back, I'll give you the rest of the money. Stay in our house, stay here. You got the private chef, you got whatever you need. I'm like, just sign the car over to me to knock the tab down, you know? He's like, all right. So his mom, it was in his mom's name. His mom signed the car over to me. We got notarized, whatever. That shit was a scam. They still owe money on the car. They can't even legally sell the car. You know what I'm saying? So they left to Jamaica. I'm sitting in the house, and 3 days later, I hear somebody like coming up the steps. You know, I'm like, what the hell going on? You know what I'm saying? I look, it's a lady, and she's showing people the house. Like, oh, it's a pool in the back over here, 4-bedroom. Oh, it's a nice patio over here, private dining area here. I'm like, what the hell's going on? You know what I'm saying? And she's like, oh, she's like, who are you? I'm like, who are you? She's like, oh, I told Janice everybody has to leave by 4 p.m. on Wednesday. And Janice is his mom. I'm like, what the hell? Oh, what you mean? She's like, this is an Airbnb, honey. They don't own this house. They're like leases up. I'm like, what the fuck? So they pretty. I'm like, oh, now like, and the whole time, like, even Safaree, he did tell me, he was like, bro, make sure you get your money up front. Like, he's like, you know, they like to play them games, like the whole family. Like, make sure you get paid, bro. He's like, he'll shop with you. He loves jewelry. You got nice stuff. He'll shop with you, but make sure you get your money up front. You know what I'm saying? And it was really my mistake, but like, they disarm me by like leaving me in the house and making me feel comfortable. You know, oh, you're in our house, bro. We're about to go do a show for 3 days and come back. Just stay here. You know, and they had the little chef cooking food for me and stuff. Like, you know, oh, everything's fine, man. I'll be right back, man. Yeah, man. You know, they were like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's in on the whole scam, the whole family, and you know what I'm saying. And then when I seen the little thing that just happened. And the guy on the news was saying, he's like, oh, yeah, he'll tell you he's going to introduce you to Justin Bieber and Chris Brown, all this shit. I started laughing because that's the same shit he told me in 2017. He's like, I'm going to introduce you to Chris Brown. I'm going to introduce you to Justin Bieber. They're going to shop with you, bro, this and that. I'm like, all right, bet. So when I come over there, Sean Kingston is scary as fuck. Like, he sits in the house all day long. He'll go get fresh. He'll go get fresh. He'll put some nice clothes on. He'll put his jewelry on and shit, you know what I'm saying? But he does not leave the crib. He literally goes, he has a studio in the house. He'll literally go from the bedroom, get dressed in the bedroom, walk 10 feet to the studio, and sit in the studio all day long. I'm thinking we're about to get active. We're in LA. We're about to go outside. We're about to meet people. We're about to go pull up on Chris Brown or whoever the hell, you feel me? Just network, build up the clientele. Because I had more jewelry than what I showed him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just came out there to network, you know what I'm saying? So the whole time, like, he sits in the house all day. I'm like, bro, let's go outside. Nah, bro, I'm chilling. If you want to take the car, take the car. So I will literally take that Range Rover and, like me being who I am, like, I'm a street nigga. I come from nothing. Like, I know how to network. You can take me to any city. I'll take over that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll meet the right people. I'll network. Like, I'm good at that. So, you know, I literally, like, started a whole new life out there. Now I got bitches. Now I got bitches in LA. I met some homeboys out here who's Armenian like me. Because, you know, a lot of Armenians are in LA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm 100% Armenian, you know? So I'm meeting Armenian people. I'm getting more connections, more plugs. I'm getting hella bitches out here now. I'm like, damn, I was literally about to get a little crib out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, because I'm outside. Like, I like being outside. I like being active. I can't sit inside in a jewelry store behind a counter all day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I like to get active. Like, meet people, go over here, go over there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So I started a whole new life out there, fucking around waiting for him to pay me. You know what I'm saying? And last time I saw him was when they went to Jamaica. And they went to Jamaica and they never fucking came back. By the time they came back, I already caught a self-defense homicide and got the fuck up out of there.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was out there too long. I was lingering out there too long.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he sent the people at me or somebody sent these people at me. And
So
they
what
came
happened
at me.
in that case?
They came at me, they tried to rob me, you know what I'm saying? And I gave them the jewelry. And then, you know, I was strapped. They know that I was strapped. They drew down on me first.
Where were
And,
you when that happened? And like, what happened in that case?
I was in Beverly Hills.
So you're just out and about. And this is after he left to Jamaica and he left you the house that you thought was his, but it was really an Airbnb. So you're out.
This is after they kicked me out the house.
Okay. Did you call him and like say, "Yo, they're kicking me out of the house. What's going on?"
They're like, yeah, it's a mistake. Go stay with our friend. They had me go stay with his manager or somebody. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't comfortable. Like I'm gonna go to the hotel. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to stay on nobody's couch. Like
Right.
you know, because when I was at Sean Kingston's house, they made me comfortable. They gave me the master bedroom and everything. You know, they're like, oh, your family, we have a whole room for you. This and that. I'm like, well, can I bring bitches here? He's like, yeah, you can bring girls here. And I'm like I'm getting these girls, right? And I'm bringing them to the crib, and they're like, well, hold on. Is this Sean Kingston's house? I'm like, yeah, why, what's up? Oh, we've been here before. We don't want to be here. And like
Why?
half the girls I brought there, they already knew about the house.
Wow.
You know what I'm
And why didn't
saying?
he want to be there?
And I literally brought more girls there than he did in a month's period. And he lived there for God knows how long.
Wow. Why
I
did
just
they
I just
want
had
to?
a I just had a lot of money at that time. 2017, I had a lot of money. And I was just like having fun, you know.
Doing
I'm
whatever.
single, I ain't got no kids. I'm young, I'm handsome, I'm popping, I got clout, you know, I got a little fame, doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? I was just having a good time, you know what I'm saying? And it was funny because half the girls I brought there, they already knew about the house. They were like, oh yeah, we've been here before. We didn't want to be here. It's weird over here. Does like his mom live here too? This and that. I'm like, yeah, you know, we'll go somewhere else, you know. And, you know what I'm saying? And then his sister Kanima, she got a lot of girls too. She had a lot of girls over there too. And like, you know, it was just, I don't know, LA's a small place. So is Miami. They're both small. Like, if you're somebody, everybody knows somebody. Everybody's fucking everybody. It's just like, it's a cesspool. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can
Oh, so
imagine.
anyways, when I was out there, I was just out there, I was shopping, and I went to my car and somebody ran down on me. You know, they pulled guns on me, you know, and I put my hands up. I gave them the stuff. I gave him my chains off my neck. The guy was gonna run away, and then he was like, "Give me the watch too." And I was like, "What watch?" And he was like, "Oh, you think I'm playing with you?" And he cocked the gun back. Now, usually that would intimidate somebody, but when you like a street dude or you come from that life, when he cocked the gun back, it just showed me that he was pussy. Cause
Because
like
he shot it already.
you robbed me with an unloaded gun.
Oh, okay.
Prior to you cocking the gun, it wasn't even loaded, nigga. So you ain't now. I really want to try you, cause I really want to try you now. And he seen my mind like thinking like you know like damn like he seen me. I feel like he felt that I wanted to try him. Like he saw my gears in my mind shifting. Like man, I want to try it. Like what? You just got the gun back? Like he seen that it didn't scare me. It didn't intimidate me. He was like, oh, he kind of like backed up with the gun. Like I'm like he wanted to watch. I'm like here, take it. And he's like throw it at me. I'm like all right. So I threw it over him. When he went for it, that's when we just
Started
went
shooting.
started shooting it at each other, and I was the better shooter that day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I took him down, took my jewelry back, and got the fuck from around there. And that shit was all over the news and whatnot. And
Do you think that he
I,
stumped
I, I
them?
stayed I stayed out there for a couple of days, and then I got up out of there. I feel like he possibly could have. It possibly could have came from there or somewhere else, but I don't want to get into the details because um, I, I beat it. I beat it with the laws, like with the police. It's ruled as a self defense homicide. But with the streets, I don't want to dig nothing up that's already been dead. You
Yeah,
know,
pretty
so
dead.
I don't really want to get into the details of it. But it's just, you know, thank God I'm alive, and unfortunately, that person is dead. But I did what I had to do. I did what anybody would have did to protect himself. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you go back to
But I, but
Miami.
I went out there to make $500,000, and you know, to make a $500,000 sale, lost 250 grand, caught a fucking body, and me catching that body, I ended up getting arrested by the feds. I got arrested by the feds almost a year later in Miami for that shooting because I beat it in a state, but the feds hit me for the firearm that I had.
Oh, why was it not registered, or was it a ghost gun? What was the issue?
It had a 3-round burst on it. It's crazy because I have at the time I collect guns. I had maybe about 35, 40 guns, and I flew to California with 2 pistols, and the one pistol that I shot him with, it was a customized Glock. It wasn't illegal. Like, you have to have a special license to have it because it shoots in a 3-round burst, 3 bullets at a time. Not like a switch where it's just the whole thing goes, but you shoots 3 bullets at a time. And the feds got me for it a year later. And it's crazy. Like, me going out there, getting into that shootout, that shit cost me about $3 million. Because and 4 years of my life.
Why 4 years?
Because the feds. I went to the feds for 4 years.
For that?
I lost everything, and my right hand man, somebody who I met in the streets, who was my driver. This guy was my driver. I hired this guy as my driver. We got real close because he was my driver. I gave him a job as my personal assistant. He was my personal assistant for about 6 months. And when I got arrested by the feds, this guy fucking robbed me, like took everything from me. He stole everything I had 2 properties. He stole everything out of my house, everything out of my condo, everything out of my storage locker, and some things out of a jewelry store. Not to mention he stole $814,000 cash.
Wow.
And about another $1 million in jewelry, and then $1 million in clothes and accessories.
Whoa. And he knew where everything was because he was your assistant, obviously.
He's my assistant. Yeah.
Wait, so where is he now? Did you get out and find him?
He's in a safe place.
Okay. Whatever that means. We don't gotta get too deep in that. You go back to Miami, you caught a couple of charges. When did you follow up with Sean about your money? Because I'm sure you really need your money now. You know what I mean?
Of course. So when I got out, I reached out to him, and it's just like...
Wait, so when you got out, okay, so you go back to Miami and you get locked up.
Well, yeah. Well, when I came back to Miami, I reached out to them because, this is what happened. Like, when I got into that situation, I was in that vehicle that they sold me.
You were in the car. Oh, okay. So that was their car.
It's supposed to be mine. It's signed to me. My name's on the title.
Gotcha, duh, right.
But it's still in their name. It's still in their name. And I was getting the car shipped. I was about to get the car shipped back to Miami, and then that shooting happened. I had to leave the car. I left the car out there. With a friend, and until shit died down. And I'm only speaking about this because it's a close case. And when they landed, like his mom, she be kicking all that Rasta gangster shit, that Jamaica gangster shit, right? But when they landed in LAX, homicide detectives approached them and said, "Hey, a homicide occurred in your vehicle or a car registered to you. What's going on?" I said, "Oh, AP the jeweler has the car. He did it. AP the jeweler did it."
Wow.
Like this, because I got the transcripts and everything from my lawyer, So they're not just fraudsters and scammers. They're fucking snitches too. Because I don't knock nobody for what they do. Like, You could scam. I don't care. Like, I salute you. Get your money. Don't do that shit to me, though. You feel me? Like, just don't do it to a guy like me. Like, me and Sean could have made so much money together if he just like did good business. Like, I know he loves jewelry. I would have iced him the fuck out. Like, I would have blessed him. All he had to do was just promote me and do good business. And that goes for any artist. Any artist out there who wants to get jewelry, who loves jewelry, like, fuck with me. Promote me as your jeweler. I'll make you a piece. Bring me customers, and I'll give you free jewelry for life.
When did you realize that you weren't going to get your money back and you weren't going to get the jewelry back?